Hello, if you are new, thank you for dropping in. And if you, and don't let it be your first or your last time. And if you are returning, I really appreciate all the love that, you guys are giving me for just stopping in and listening to my voice. So pretty much this video is pretty sensitive for me. It's a sensitive subject for me. I'm a little sensitive about my shit, so but I felt the need to put it out there. Of course, if I'm, trying to build a community with you guys, I mean, I want you guys to know as much as possible about me. You can't know everything, but some things I am willing to give, I'll give y'all a little taste of some of the stuff. But I feel the need to discuss this because I want to make it like a little bit more normal. I mean, we do have help out here and for mental illness, and it's a lot more than what we used to have in the past, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's still a touchy subject, especially for us individuals that deal with it. So a lot of times people are still choosing to suffer alone rather than speak out about it so that they can get help because they're so afraid of what others may think. And that was once me. And like I said, I'm still sensitive about it, but I'm a little bit more open because I realize that I'm not broken. I may be bent, but I'm not broken. So that's how I get past, and through every day with dealing with this, these mental illness, because I'm one of the people that have several different mental illness that I deal with. So without further ado, let's get to it. So I have been diagnosed with 4 different types of mental illness. The first one is panic disorder. Yeah. So pretty much, I'm not gonna go into the details about every last one of them. I'll scratch the surface a little bit, kind of sum it up so that this video don't be extremely long. But I did want to give some people information, a little knowledge about some of the diagnosis that I have. So like I said, panic disorder, that's pretty much a disorder that if you've had 2 or more panic attacks, over a period of time, then you pretty much, have a panic disorder. And I'm one of them people that have them quite often. Unfortunately, that's just the hand I've been dealt. So I deal with that on sometimes it lasts longer than others. Sometimes I can go weeks and even months without them. And then sometimes I get them, on other times I'm getting them back to back. So yeah, that's just what I deal with the panic disorder. In addition to that, my second mental illness is bipolar 2 disorder. To kind of sum that up, is I have extreme mood swings. So you kind of know what you're gonna get with me. Some days, like I said, that's one that I can go, sometimes I'm not affected at all for an extended period of time, and I'm fine, but then all of a sudden, bam, it hits me, and I'm just on a roller coaster ride. So that's what bipolar 2 is kind of summed all up. Then I also have the third mental illness is generalized anxiety disorder. And that's pretty much severe, ongoing anxiety. And it interferes with your daily life. I mean, this is the one that's like really extreme for me. This is one of my mental illness that is really to the extreme currently for me. Like I said, it has changed my life. I deal with it as best I can, but it has definitely changed my life, especially when you just have no control. You never know when it's going to come. And it's, you constantly worried about it. Like, is it going to come? Am I going to have one of these attacks? Am I going to be here? I have to deal with this. And so right now, that's my top of the list with my mental illness, is that anxiety. And my fourth and final diagnosis is major depressive disorder. And pretty much that's just, how can I put it? It's a mood disorder. And, you can have, it causes persistent feeling of sadness. You're always feeling sad. And, you lose interest in just, everyday things, basically. That too comes and goes, but you can have, sometimes I do have extended periods when I'm just basically in the bed for days at a time. But, as lately, it hasn't been as bad as it can be. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, that's another one that's like kind of on the top of my list as well. So if I had to rate which out of the four, the anxiety would definitely be number one, my number one problem. And then, the depressive disorder kind of follow suit right behind that. And that's just because I'm always, worried and, feeling some type of way, because I'm feeling like I'm trapped at times because the anxiety. So with that feeling, it's just like, damn, why am I always feeling this way? And so then that's when the depression can creep up on you, because you start getting down on yourself for feeling the way that you feel because of the anxiety. And, it's an everyday struggle. For those out there that deal with it, don't feel bad about it. It's nothing that we can control. I'm pretty sure, I know if I had my choice, I wouldn't deal with any of it, but we don't have a choice. And, the mind is strong. It can tell you it's very strong. So, don't be down on yourself. And I'm not saying this as if I'm a therapist, or I'm just giving out information on what I do. It's definitely not telling you don't do this, don't go that way. But I would definitely say do what works for you. If you're not comfortable with taking the meds, don't take the meds. If you feel like you want to go a holistic way, do that. But just, at least attempt something or try something. Don't, I definitely would say don't just go without any form of treatment, because, it can always get worse. And I've been there, especially in the beginning when I was trying to deal with it on my own, and I really didn't know what it was. I just knew that I was feeling different. So I went without treatment, and it really wreaked havoc on my life, even worse. So I would definitely say, excuse me, get some form of help, whether you go see get counseling. If you feel like you need the meds, do the meds. I mean, if you feel like you need a holistic approach, do that. But do something. Don't suffer alone. There's people out there that will help. Take it, And, the thing that works for me is I came to terms that this is who I am. And I just figured out, I got to figure out how to live this way. And I won't let it stop me from living completely. I know that and I came to terms that, it will slow me down. But I don't have to stop living. And I just had to accept that this is who I am and, push through. Just push. Don't give up. And yeah, there's going to be days where you're exhausted just from, that yesterday was one of my days where I was just very exhausted because I had to attend an event and just the anxiety just kicked my ass. Let's just say that. But at the end, I was glad that I could be there because it was very important to me to be there, and I just had to push through it. But when I got home, I was exhausted, so just mentally drained. And it's a lot of days that I'm like that, but I keep pushing, keep moving forward, and that's all we can do. And never let nobody make you feel bad for being who you are. We just can't help it, We are, we're still human. And we just, process and deal with things a little different. That's the way I look at it. And I always do what works for me, so you do what works for you. Don't let nobody push you to do something that you don't want to do. And don't feel bad for doing what you feel is best for you. So I just want to get this out and, put it out there and let you guys know that you are not alone. If you're out there and you feeling like you're alone, you are definitely not alone. It's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of support groups. And you'll be surprised, like, even if you're trying to hide it from people that's important in your life, you'll be surprised on the amount of love and encouragement that they will show you and give you if you just, put yourself out there and let them know, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, because I felt that same way and I was trying to hide it and it just made things worse. But once I came and told my family, it's been totally life-changing. And I would not, if I knew then what I know now, I would have been did it. So definitely don't be afraid to speak up on it. And like I said, even if you may have to go, seek counseling first to build up the courage to get to that point, because that's what I had to do. I had to go see someone else that was outside of my family, didn't know me, and build up the courage to be able to come out and tell them, like, this is what I'm dealing with. But it was life-changing, and I'm so glad that I did it. So if you are going through anything, please seek help. Seek help. Don't do it alone. Trust me, it will make things a whole lot easier to process, because this is who we are. So until next time, take care and be blessed.